Welcome back to Study Break number 37. Jared Voswickel, Lily Percifield, Olivia Rose McGain, and Gamble Duffy here, tuning in.
Tuning in, yes.
Tuning in, yes. We had a pretty big fighting session that was
fun.
Pretty big Team 101 session.
That's
who
true.
I love, and I'm so glad we got to hang out with them a little bit more.
Yeah.
The Ruido books stuff is so fun.
The Ruido book economy, and we've monopolized it at this point. It's so
I
funny.
loved the imagery of us being in a shoddy back alley, trading these books
Hey,
out.
kid.
The museum on the wall.
That was hilarious.
What do you mean?
I was trying to come up with it's like a thing you see on Pinterest.
Yeah.
I was trying to come up with what the equivalent of Pinterest was. Then I was like, I'll just say I saw it on Pinterest. I don't think I ever actually mentioned.
It was a Sawyer Cinderfoot original idea.
Yeah.
I'm the trendsetter.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Sawyer invented Pinterest.
Sawyer
Oh my
invented,
God.
Pinterest walls.
They're all coming in our room and taking a photo of it and then putting the photo of the book wall on their wall.
Oh my
cute
God.
idea.
Yeah.
That was really fun. And then the fight with them was really fun. I like how it wasn't too serious, but we were still trying to kick each other's ass.
Yeah.
A little.
I'm excited about this wine that we get to steal, to be honest.
Oh yeah.
That was fun.
Well, I was I knew that they needed something to sweeten the deal, just up the stakes. And then I was like, y'all don't have anything to give.
I beg to differ.
What do you have?
The
A lot of books.
books. And some people think knowledge is power in this world.
I just needed to make it a little bit juicier. So I just kind of came up with you guys need to do them a favor.
And it's a fun favor.
Yeah.
Yeah, stealing wine.
I was
from
just like,
Principal
oh,
Pad's
yeah,
office.
easy.
I loved it.
Yeah, give y'all something to do.
I love a rumor
Spicy.
about Principal Pat.
Yeah.
It's he's drinking wine in there.
Bullywug wine.
Bullywug wine.
Is it made out of bullywug?
Yeah. And then I thought I bet they have, I don't know, some sort of tradition. They know he keeps the wine in there and then
love
they
that.
have it on graduation night.
That's great.
That was good. That was good coming up with that. But yeah, I was like, I think that's classic. Y'all have to do a favor for them.
Big Sawyer dream.
I know. I don't know
yeah.
where, also we could, I don't know if I'm supposed to know, but I don't know where that's going.
That was I just decided, I'm not going to lie, you talking about your psionic stuff, I'm like, if you're the only one in your family that has it, and that is such a magical thing, I like the stuff that you came up with it, but I'm like, we can do something bigger with it.
I love that there's something more going with the beams and also I don't know, maybe it's a grandmother or I don't know. It could be something that I don't know about.
It's something that you don't know what's happening.
Yeah,
Like,
something that
Sawyer's prophecy.
finally.
yeah.
But yeah, that was a split second decision of oh, what's interesting? And I thought oh, that's interesting if I think that I'm the only one, because then I can be wrong.
Yeah.
And
Well,
it's
also, I think we
fun, or
talked
it can
about
be
that.
true. But I don't know. We hadn't talked about my family using it before, had we?
No, and I think I'd asked you a long time ago. So what is the psionic stuff? What's it up? And you were like, oh, it helps me with Arcano Ball.
Yeah.
And we didn't really talk about the origin of it.
When I first made Sawyer, she was a lot nerdier. She was a little bit, I don't know, she was a little bit more of a nerdy kid. She cared about grades a little more. And then I sort of switched that to she just wants to pass so she can play Arcana Ball. So she still has that intelligence stat, mostly because of the psionic stuff. So yeah, I'm excited to see where it goes. I don't think it's just totally raw intelligence. That's why I changed it to intelligence specifically about Arcana Ball.
Yeah.
Or maybe her competitive nature is so strong that sometimes she can move stuff with her mind just because she's so competitive, which that's probably the power I would have in real life.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm super excited about that. I loved the beams.
I like that Beans has a football coach for a demon.
Me too. I was like Sawyer and this guy have to get in the same room.
He sounds exactly like when you were describing your high school, middle school football experiences.
Not
playing grab ass.
We're not playing grab ass.
Yeah. We don't take any half measures. We go full throttle.
What was his
So
name
good.
again? Stendar.
That whole time I was like, I have to meet this guy.
Stand it.
And then Esta had a weird, I don't want to say baby Voldemort just because I was trigger warning Harry Potter mention, but when he's he's all shriveled shriveled.
Yeah.
That's what it reminded me of, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Horrible.
It seems like I'm going to have to unlock pins in order to have a conversation with him again.
That's what I was thinking.
But-
When you went in there and like there was like no answer, I wanted to be like, just unlock a pin. I bet he'll show up.
Well, I unlock pins by like using
And then Melena's
Yeah.
gonna show
my
up and be like,
power.
stop, don't do it.
I told you never.
I think she's
do
kind of
that
a
again.
puss.
I think, yeah.
I know she's probably been through something terrible, but
She's
I don't
probably
know.
being a little
I
bit
mean,
of a
she-
weenie.
It's like
She
you're
had,
kind of
like, a-
protective.
She seems like she had just like kind of a boring ass life. And like the only thing she could focus on was like protecting this power or whatever.
Or
like,
maybe she like also let it go too far, and then after that she was like no contact.
I don't know. It sounds like she like the kind of like running advice was always just like, don't talk to him, he's evil.
And you're the first one to do
That's
it.
the impression I've gotten so
That's
far.
true.
Yeah,
But
that it
also
was
could be
just like
you know,
what
like
she
an
was taught.
overprotective parent thing where it's like they like did acid in college, but then you know, and they don't tell you about it. They don't tell you about that phase, and they like act like you're crazy.
And they're like, if you touch a drop of alcohol,
yeah,
Yeah.
and then
You're
you like I
done
don't know, you
for.
like find pictures of something like this if you were at Woodstock. Like,
Yeah, maybe it is a little bit of that. But I don't know. I was sad she wasn't there because I do like her and I like
yeah, I wonder where she goes.
Esther and her have a connection. I think she just pops up. But yeah, so I guess Theodrix has like reverted to some sort of humanoid form.
Yeah.
yes, which is like, ooh, like I know dragons have human forms, but it's like, what's going on there?
But he was also scaly. Like he was still
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
blue and scaly.
I was trying to describe like it's not full on dragonborn where there's just covered in scales. It was a little bit more of like there's skin, kind of like how your hand goes, where it's like there's some. It's mainly skin, but it's like hardened like scales every now and then.
Or maybe it wasn't Theodrix at all.
yeah, it's true. We could be wrong.
Yeah.
Could be some sort of other.
He keeps saying they, so like I feel like he hasn't confirmed that it's Theodrix anyways.
Interesting.
But he pointed to the pins. and
Theodrix, they them Ruidon.
I know. I wanted to be like, I'm not talking to you until you, or I'm like, I'm not unlocking pins until you talk to me. But I think I'm gonna have to unlock pins.
I love how this is
to
like
give
we're
him enough
at
power to
Adventuring
talk.
Academy, and I'm actually learning. Like after this fight, I'm like, okay, I'm ready to go full out against Brobini.
Yeah.
Which like I can't bear for us to not grow. Like I don't know what's gonna happen plot wise with that, but like we're definitely gonna be using all of our abilities and stuff
yeah.
against them, right? So it's like I'm so excited to like, I'm gonna be action surging. I'm gonna be fucking second winding. I'm like, put me in, let me at him. I'm ready.
Imagine what I can do when I'm not at disadvantage the entire combat.
Oh my
That was
gosh!
crazy.
Bless your heart.
I should have gone in there because of my resistance to poison damage, but like Igneous had
can
it
still
resistance
fail.
and she kind of beefed it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, she also had. I had it so that Sapphire had cast like something so that she had protection from poison too. So she was supposed to have advantage on her poison saving throws. But I was using my like red dice that I usually use, and it's like really good, but it like did not roll over a 10 at all. And then I changed dice.
Good.
So Igneous was supposed to be able to like run around and surprise y'all, and
Ah.
hit y'all.
It kind of worked out though, like to isolate us down here, and then you guys could take care of those two up there.
yeah.
they're so fun. I love you, Team 101.
Yes.
I love that Raven's a theater kid and she turned into a bear.
Oh, Julia returns into birds.
Yeah. I love that Igneous is like, fuck you. Like, don't fucking mess with me.
I forgot that I was supposed to do more stuff with Esta with your powers, but I totally forgot. You were OP. I should have. I mean, like OP. You were regular powered.
Oh, yeah, because you were supposed
should
to
have
be
been-
tired and sleepy.
Yeah, because of Theodrix and
yeah.
Because
stuff.
the
I was supposed
hose
to-
is kinked.
yeah, the hose is kinked. I did kink the hose. The hose was pretty normal.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Wow, normal hose.
Normal
No,
flow.
Wow. No kink in your hose.
No kinking your hose. There were also some other ideas that I had for this map where the poison room was also going to have like little plants that could grab you, and there were going to be like little pitfalls. The poison room was just going to be like hell. It was going to be like if you go in there, you're going to like
You're
get in there and be
dying.
like, I'm leaving this immediately. But you were going to get fucked up a lot. if
I'm
you
so
went in
glad
there.
that you caught that arrow and redirected it at her.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
I've been waiting for so long. Every time
Yeah.
before I go to bed, I go, Jared, please shoot an arrow at me.
In the study break that just came out, you were like, I've got to throw more shit at you.
Yeah.
I think you like tried to the other day and then it didn't work, but
I don't know. I've been trying to. I've been. That's been something on my mind.
more ranger.
Before I like write a session out at the top, I just write like a quick things that I want to do. So I had like water and electricity would be cool, random encounter table, which I didn't do. I had beans, throwing arrows at beans.
Throw things at beans.
I had bouncy room ? So if like one of the like things was bouncy.
Hey, something for the splash pad.
I'm gonna be honest. When I walked in the other day, that was the one thing I saw on your notes. It was bouncy room.
Bouncy room.
And I was like, what could it mean?
There's another thing. I don't know. This might be. I'll say it. Whatever. Fuck it. It's in the session 37 notes. It's about the Celestial Splash Pad and a little like creating what that is. Esther would know this. Celestial Splash Pad is like an indoor water park.
What?
It's basically
Like
like
Great Wolf
it's
Lodge?
literally. I just played Celestial Splash Pad is just Great Wolf Lodge.
Fuck yeah.
I imagined it like, I don't know, like a big like sort
That's
of
what I kind of had
thing.
too. And then I was like, well, y'all are gonna go there during like winter time.
Oh,
Okay.
interesting.
And so I was like, I'll just make it Great
Put
Wolf
a
Lodge.
bubble over it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's make it
Oh my
Great
God,
Wolf
have
Lodge.
y'all ever been to an indoor water park? It is so humid in
I've
there.
been to Great Wolf
Jeez.
Lodge
Yeah, I have
when I
too.
was younger, and it was awesome.
But it's so like what I remember is just like the humidity of like being
You go, like,
in like the water
yeah.
room and like
It's
all
like
the
you're
windows are
swimming
just
all the time.
Yeah.
it's like you get out of the water and you're like, I'm
And
still
at
in the
Great Wolf Lodge,
water.
They have this magic thing where you have like a wand, and there's different like points around the
Yeah.
hotel.
Oh,
that you
yeah.
connect it to, and then magic things happen.
Oh yeah, I did it when I was young and I was like, this is so cool. And then I went back when I was like 16 and I was like, this is the lamest shit I've ever done in my life.
I
Because like
only
half
went
the
when I was
shit was
really
like
young.
it broke, right? It's like
Yeah.
when you were young, like I went right when it like opened kinda.
I never
So
wanna go
everything was
back.
like, woo. And then when I went back, I was like, oh, this shit works.
Ah.
I don't know if they do it anymore. I don't know.
Oh, if it broke, probably
I don't know
not.
either. Kids these
Gals
days
and
are,
Goblins
like
company trip to
not
the Great
as
Wolf
into-
Lodge.
Yeah, because we're so liquid.
Well, I was gonna say like we could invest.
gonna be liquid in
we
the
could have
liquid.
way more fun at Six Flags than Great Wolf Lodge, and for
Spend
way cheaper.
less money.
Yeah. Or Schlitterbahn.
I also think like Great Wolf Lodge is so kids oriented that I think we'd go and like be like, get
I
us
think
the
it's kind of like
fuck out
designed
of
for
here.
families. With
No, I
kids.
know, but I think we'd go and be like,
I
this
mean,
would be.
we schlitted last year and posted about it on the
We've
official
schlitted the past 2 years.
Gals and Goblins account.
Yeah.
It's like the people
No,
are gonna be
schlitting.
like, where are the schlit posts?
Yeah.
I don't think they're gonna say that.
Get in the comments and say and tell Olivia that you need to see our Schlitterbahn content.
We posted one Schlit Instagram story.
I know. Is that on our highlights? Okay, anyway. Oh, we also talked about Marfin.
Marfin,
Great uncle.
his great
Yeah.
uncle.
So hopefully he can come and get those things off you. Because I don't want to have to
Oh,
go all
yeah.
the way to Fallheim.
Well, it sounds like we might go to Fallheim anyway, but I think I'm gonna turn in the application thing to bring him in for a workshop.
Yeah, perfect.
The next thing we're gonna be doing is we're gonna like move through time a little bit more. We'll do a couple more things. We'll like try to solve some more stuff, and then I think we'll have another quest.
Oh.
Yeah.
Are we getting into
Well,
like
spoilers.
Snowball, like Mooner Yolnir Ball?
I don't
like,
want to give too much away.
Okay. I just, what's it like if that were to happen hypothetically, would that be like before or after like a trip to Estea?
I haven't decided that yet.
Okay, never mind.
That would either be like right before or right after as kind of a like climactic
I know.
thing.
And we're gonna
It's
have
kind
to
of like
find
two, like that's
dates.
a great climax, but then like
I think it
Estea
would
is
be.
also great.
I was gonna say, for what I have planned for Estea, I don't know if a ball would be satisfying after it.
Yeah,
Oh, because we're all gonna be dead.
because we're gonna the stakes are gonna get so high because we're gonna be in the big city. It's gonna be like insane.
And then they're gonna be like, we're just gonna fucking kill you kids. Like
Yeah.
I'm just gonna think about who I want to bring to the ball and not worry about beyond that.
My A+ is Jared letting me survive at 1 hit point instead of taking me out.
Yeah.
I was gonna be pretty sad. I wasn't gonna make a stink about it, but I was gonna be sad to get taken out of combat. A+ for like finding a loophole to let me
Yeah.
back in and keep participating.
Well, I mean, it was just so quick. I kind of threw you off the edge.
But it was a cool move. The Thunder Wave was cool. One day we'll fight by Team 101 side. We're always competing against them. I can't wait next episode to sort of like tease them about the fish race. I meant to do it before this one. I was going to do like vicious mockery. And it was going to be something about how like it's going to be a repeat of the fish race. So I guess that's my flunk. I didn't heckle them as much as I could have.
Yeah.
My A+ is for Lily. I thought you did some good yes and world building to Jared. The first one was the book pages on the wall of like, but then there was something else and I can't remember it. I've been thinking
Was
about
it the
for
wine
past-
and the seniors? Like,
Yes, that's what
Yeah,
it was.
stealing it.
The like, oh, all the seniors, like that's the thing. I thought that was really nice, like world building on top of what he was giving us. So that's my A+.
Thank you.
My flunk is getting poison and disadvantage and Can you imagine that round where I spent all my key points? If I had hit every single time, Igneous would have been fucking dead.
You gotta save it for Browini.
I know. Hey, but now we know I have that combo of like,
Yeah.
I could just keep spending them.
That was crazy.
My A plus is that my dice were rolling. I was rolling like my oldest dice today, and they were rolling a little more even. I'm not saying I was rolling high the whole time, but I was like, it was a little more evenly split today.
The amount of 8 I rolled, because I was at disadvantage, I rolled an 8 and a 9. Like most of my combos were 8 and 9s. And it was weird.
My other A plus is Jared giving me a body of water to electrify.
Yes.
That was really
awesome.
fun. My F is that it was so hard to get anyone in the water. I couldn't figure.
To convince her. It
I know.
just didn't happen.
Didn't work out.
I also have like thunderclap that I could have shoved someone in the water, but I was so scared to get close to Sapphire because she was
That's probably fair. Also, I
she's
feel
a
like
heavy hitter.
you would have had to come from the other direction, right?
I was gonna Misty Step over, but then that would have
You'd
been
have to
like
hold that
once
turn.
I would have to like wait till the next action to like shove her in. So that's why I was trying to use the direwolf to do it.
Maybe you could ready.
But-
because like on mine, I should have readied like attacking her once she came into the water.
That's what I was thinking. Like,
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was like, what's the like? How do we get around this?
Yeah,
then
it was-
afterwards.
Yeah, so I just should have come up with a better way to get somebody in the water. But then it was really fun by the end when like Igneous and I were like the two last people
Yes.
like
and y'all
left.
battling it out in the stream.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Yeah, it's a fun image. So
Yeah. Also, if you'd ended up over there, I feel like things would have gotten like messier and crunchier.
that's also what I was thinking. It would have been so much more like
You'd have been
annoying.
wasting turns to like get back here, or like
Yeah.
Igneous would have come down here and you couldn't have electrocuted. It's like
Exactly. So
think it
I
worked out.
liked the way it turned out. So my A plus, it's like both an A plus and a flunk. It was like if we get another body of water, I'm gonna be prepared next time. I'm gonna think about it more.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come up with a better
Hey,
plan.
we're at Academy.
yeah, we're
we're
learning.
adventuring
We're
academy.
learning. But
said we're at
I liked
academy.
getting to.
Yeah,
I
I was
like.
like, sports and outdoors.
I was like, the store Academy, we're there.
What? No.
You just said we're at Academy.
Guys, we're at Bass Pro Shop. That body of water was the giant bass fish tank.
Is shocking a body of water as double damage like? Is that a real thing, or is
came
that
up
just
with it.
for this?
I just came up with
That's science, baby.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I just thought it'd be cool.
it is really cool.
correct.
Correct. Can I do it again?
Correct.
An entire splash pad is where we're going.
I'm gonna shock everybody in the splash pad at once.
I wish I was a druid so I could shape water onto people and then you could electrocute it. I wish I was a druid 24/7. I think I'm kind of, I don't know, a druid made a heart maybe.
I'd say my A plus would be a lot of y'all's stuff at the beginning. Lily's adding things, and also I think Campbell and Olivia, you guys just having fun with each other. And I mean, I think I say this every study break, but y'all just like adding more to the world and being y'all's characters and allowing yourselves to improvise with each other. Flunk would have to be the kink. No kink.
No king.
No S to
No
kink.
kink in the hose.
Gotta flunk that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Now you're gonna get kinked in the Brobini fight. So
Using the word
Unless you
kink.
figure it out.
Using
Unless
the
you
word
unkink
a
it.
lot.
Unless
kink
they
is a
figure it
normal
out.
word.
I know it's a normal word. I'm just saying that
You kink shaming Esta.
I think she wants to not have the kink.
Yeah.
Kink shaming yourself. Wow.
I would like to.
Cancel.
I would like to unkink the hose.
Pro kink shame, possibly.
Okay, I'm definitely kink shaming the kink.
And you're kink shaming the hose.
Damn.
I got confused.
I'm kink shaming the hose for sure.
That's the title of the episode.
Damn.
Kink shaming the hose.
Yeah. Wow. Perfect. My job is done. Wow. My work here is done.
Wow.
I'm not even going to edit this one. It's going to go up raw.
I think we should leave the regular episode unedited too.
2
Yeah,
hours.
you
of-
guys
2.5
Raw
hours.
combat.
Of just silence.
2 hours of Campbell going like this.
And then
What
go,
if I-
well.
Growling at my character sheet.
And she goes, oh, it's cooking up something. It's not gonna work.
Do we get to level up?
Yeah. Y'all get to level up. We have a little bit of.
Oh
we
my
have a-
god, should I take fighter or bard? That's hard.
I think I have to go barbarian based on.
Level 6 fighter, I get a feat.
Yeah, let's,
I could
we have a
take
little
a-
bit more time.
I could
Let's
take
talk about
Battle
that on
Master.
here, what we want to do.
Well, I might want to take level 6 so I can have oh my god, I keep saying that battle master. What am I thinking of?
I don't know.
Yeah, level 6.
Great weapon master.
No, I already have that. At level 6, you get another feat, I guess. So it could be anything. Or I could take Bard and get more spells. It's really annoying to only have 2 spell slots. I don't know if level 2 Bard really gets you anything. I'm chasing. I'm sorry, a weird bird just flew in here. I'm chasing the Fabian Seacaster build for junior year, which is level 6 fighter, level 3 Bard. I think it's the perfect build.
I get to pick a primal path.
Ooh, that's fun. Well, won't you be like a cat?
I think the only thing I got.
That's not how that works.
I think the only thing I got was more hit points.
Oh my goodness. Don't let me forget. I can give an inspiring speech before our next fight and that we get temp hit points.
Can I get rid of Scorching Ray? Because it just
ability score
fit
improvement.
It doesn't. I never use it, and I don't like it.
I could have 0 wisdom instead of -1.
Finally.
Yay!
Or I could like put it on strength and have 5 strength. That's really hard to choose.
Oh, this is for anybody building your characters. This is a tool I like to use. It's called rpgbot.net. So if you're trying to choose your subclasses, if you type it, like I did like D&D 5e barbarian subclass, best one. rpgbot.net like ranks them all. Take it with a grain of salt. Like it's ranking it on its like own system, but it'll tell you like what's the best like most functional subclass. And it's just a really easy way to look through everything without having to like fucking Google everything. Like it puts it all in one place for you to compare. Ooh, Path of the Ancestral Guardian.
That sounds rad.
Jack of all trades is insane.
I love Jack of all trades.
I know. I might take the level in Bard just to get it. Because like it's like either Jack of all trades or ability score improvement. It kind of evens out.
My Bard Warlock that I built was like a Jack of all trades.
3 spell slots. Okay, I might take Bard. I might take Bard because then it's like, well, next time we level up, I'll take Fighter, and like it doesn't need to be a huge change, right? I don't know. Is that crazy?
I don't know. Sounds like it would be helpful.
And I get Jack of all trades. I might do Bard. I don't know. I guess I am as a character, which is the best way to think of things. As a character, I'm a little more into like the team captain thing than I am into just like, I'm no longer concerned with like, oh, I want to be a really good fighter or a really good arcana ball player. Mm-hmm. I'm more into like, I want to keep the team together. Oh. So it seems like I would need to prioritize Bard more. What I really want is illusion magic.
Yeah.
And so I get more spell slots, but I don't actually get more spells, I don't think. Let me actually see if I do. So I do. So I can get, oh my God, please. Don't bards
have what?
Minor illusion? Oh my God, is that not a bard spell?
I'm pretty sure they do.
I don't see it on here. I see disguise self. No, this can't be true. Oh, minor illusion. Oh, it's a cantrip. Should I change what cantrips I have? I feel like I have a cantrip that I never use. I always use Mage Hand and I never actually use Vicious Mockery, even though it makes a lot of sense for Sawyer's character.
The Ancestral Guardian one is fun because it's a lot more of like protection mechanics, but you can do something called Consult the Spirits. So I can use clairvoyance to like scout around corners and behind doors and like that kind of fun stuff. I can also use my Vengeful Ancestors.
I just want one more cantrip.
Don't trust my ancestors.
We're going to end the study break here for right now, but we're actually going to come back and do another part on this where we finish leveling up, and we're going to talk about that.
Yippee! Yeah, we'll be back to tell you what we actually decide.
Yeah.
So cut to us in the future.
Hey there, fellow wugs. If you're anything like us, then I'm sure you like to curl up with a nice hot cup of tea to wind down after a long day, or sip on a refreshing iced tea in the middle of a hot summer day. We have partnered with the Gilded Tiefling to make all of your tea dreams a reality. The Gilded Tiefling, and that's Tiefling spelled with a T-E-A, is a woman, LGBTQA, and BIPOC-owned business where the lovely owners design, blend, and package the tea all themselves. The tea is inspired by their favorite D&D stories and settings, and the intention behind every blend is to teleport you to that exact moment in your adventure. Each blend is carefully customized and curated to give as in-depth of an experience as possible. My personal favorite that I've tried is Summer Wine, which is a refreshing strawberry tea that I drank iced with some honey and lemon, and it also had some luster dust, so it was very pretty. Use our promo code Gals and Goblins, all spelled out, to get 15% off your order for the whole month of July and immerse yourself even further into your favorite fantasy worlds with tea from the Gilded Tiefling. And happy sipping.
Hey, remember whenever we said shout out to Future Us or something like that at the end of last night break? Hey, here we are.
Thanks for the shout out, guys.
Several weeks later.
Or hey, we could just cut it together and they never have to know.
No.
You don't think they want to hear us shoot it to the old future gals?
And be much more awake and lively, tanned.
I am tan.
You are. You're suntanned.
Yeah.
It's true.
Painted. That sounded weird. I'm just covered in paint.
Yeah,
'cause I
she
was
is covered
painting.
in.
Lives have been changed. Hair has been cut.
Whose hair?
I cut my beard, but
Wait, that's hair.
that's
I
hair.
guess it's fair.
That's
yeah.
hair.
What the hell? Anyway, we wanted to talk about our levels.
I'm really torn over here.
Have you
Me
not
too.
chosen?
I'm torn and I'm shredded and I'm ripped.
okay. I
Oh,
think
shit. Is that? I'm so sorry, Olivia.
That
I
was
just
my shirt
I gotta
ripping 'cause I
addressing.
flexed.
I gotta address something real quick.
Yeah.
Is torn a word to describe people who are like ripped?
I wouldn't say so.
But I like it because
I think it's
ripped.
fun.
But you could,
Torn is kind of like
if you wanted
it's
to try to
grunge.
make it happen, like
It's grungy.
you could.
I'm gonna
torn is
say-
I don't know. If someone came up to me and was like, dude, you're torn as fuck, I would be like, oh,
No, that shit
thank
is-
you.
That shit is heat.
hey, we could try to make it
We
a
can
thing.
make it happen.
Yeah.
I
Fucking-
single-handedly made Snake Pit happen.
That's true.
Don't to 4 people.
No, you don't even know. You don't even know how many people I have like gotten in on Snake Pit. The buy-in on Snake Pit has been incredible.
Do you
beyond
know
my
about Snake
wildest
Pit?
dreams.
Yeah. So obviously,
You don't know about Snake Pit?
I don't think that person knows about Snake Pit.
There's no time
So
that I
this
can
is
like
a-
Snake Pit.
so
I
this
wish
is
I
a-
could back you up here.
Audio-centric podcast, and you said that person
And then you started talking.
mentioned well, Campbell and Lily were talking at the same time, and then you mentioned to me.
Listen, I've been listening to a lot of new podcasts, and a lot of them actually reference visual bits that they're doing and then never tell the listener. And it's actually a really good tactic to make me click over to their YouTube channel that we don't have.
Yeah.
But I'm just
that
saying,
we
like,
don't have.
but
Oh,
I'm just
okay.
saying that.
So you're pointing out the flaw.
I'm
in
just
this
saying,
argument.
like, don't let the medium confine you.
Anyway,
Campbell doesn't know about Snake
I don't know what
Pit.
Snake Pit is either.
Will you explain Snake Pit?
No, that's part of. There's
It's one of fucking
I mean,
those.
okay,
It's one of fucking
That's
those.
not true. There is an explanation. I'm not going to tell you because it kind of like
We can like get you in the Snake Pit.
that's going to be a big reveal when I tell y'all like what Snake like the
won't.
lore behind Snake Pit is crazy. I've never explained it to anyone. I just like will be like Snake Pit and then people will be like, "Oh my god, yes, Snake Pit." It's just like about making it happen.
I would like to be clear that I've been in a lot of different scenarios where Lily has yelled the word Snake Pit, and it has taken quite a few times for people to catch on. So don't let her think that people were immediately like, "Fuck yeah, Snake
It
Pit."
takes a few times.
What's
So,
she talking about?
Whenever
Nothing.
you reference something, Lily, that's like, oh, I made this happen, and then you immediately gatekeep said thing.
No, it's not
That is
about
not effective.
I don't believe you.
I've
But
made
anyways.
it happen, but I've never had to explain like, oh, here's the lore behind Snake Pit. I've just been like Snake Pit. I've gotten like big groups of people to like run in a circle like a mosh pit
That's
and
all she's
become a
talking
snake
about.
pit.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
no. That's
No,
just,
that's what it is.
okay. I'll tell you. No, I'll tell you part of it. I won't tell you the whole thing. Here's part of it.
Okay, I'm done.
She doesn't want to. I'm telling you,
done.
don't even want to know.
I'm
Let's move on.
done.
Recently, I've just started saying like, oh, Snake Pit, like kind of as like a experiment to see if I could make it happen. I've just been like Snake Pit to see like what does that mean to you and to see where people will take it. And the mosh pit is just one example of like people have been like, oh, Snake Pit. So like whenever I say Snake Pit, part of it is like an experiment to see like what are people gonna do if I introduce like this concept of Snake Pit? Like what's their spin on it?
And most of the time they go, "Huh?"
Yeah.
You don't yell Snake Pit and people take action.
Yeah, no, sometimes I do, and sometimes they do.
I'm gonna need
Sometimes.
video evidence.
Sometimes.
All right.
I bet there's a video of the snake pit out there.
Name
somewhere.
names.
So what y'all do for your
Everyone
levels?
is-
So I leveled up, and I'm not a multi-class
Feels
weirdo
like
like
a
everybody
dick.
else at the table.
Whoa.
So I just got
two other
some extra spells, and let me tell you about them. I got rid of the fire one that I have, Scorching Ray, because it didn't make any sense for me to have anyways. And I took back, I think I got rid of this at some point, Thunderclap. So I took Thunderclap back because obviously. And then I picked up Storm Sphere, new 4th level spell that I have now. It's like a big area spell, so that'll be fun. And you get like bludgeoning. I can do like bludgeoning and like lightning damage. And then I also picked up Dimension Door, which is kind of like a leveled up version of Misty Step, which is something that she already does. And I think it could be really useful in a lot of situations.
Yeah.
So it's essentially like Misty Step is like you can just like go from one point to like 60 feet away that you can see.
By yourself.
By myself. This one is like I arrive at exactly the spot desired. It can be a place I see, something I can visualize, or something I can describe by stating distance and direction, such as 200 feet straight downward or upward to the northwest at a 45 degree, degree angle. I can bring along objects. I can also bring a willing creature of my size or smaller. So like, I think this could be really
Dimension Door's dope.
useful.
That could be great.
Yeah.
And also, is it the one you open a door and then like you can teleport back to that same spot or something like that?
That's a different one. This one is just another like teleportation
making
thing.
that up
Yeah.
Anyway, that's super dope.
This one is like if I arrive in a space already occupied by an object or creature, I take some damage, which is funny, but I think it could still be useful.
Sweet. Yeah, no, that's super useful. Dope.
I leveled up Barbarian because I think it makes sense. And I was between two subclasses, but I think I've answered my own question. So I was between Path of the Zealot, which technically is good for, it says a great choice for players who tend to die a lot. I don't like die a lot.
Yeah.
But it had some fun, like, you just get, like, bonus damages. And it was like, if I do die, you can, like, revive me at no cost as long as you have access to Revivify, which none of us can do.
Yeah.
But, like, a lot of its, like, things that it offered was good. But I think I might just go Path of the Beast because I think I'm just going to keep building this broken character. Because essentially, if I'm reading this correctly, I could basically do, like, the same thing as a flurry of blows without spending a key point with when I enter rage with my claws every attack. And then I'm thinking that should mean if I can already do that, then can I flurry of blows and can I attack 4 times?
Probably. I mean, it depends.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. We'll have to look at it.
So, and also it's like, he's already a cat. So, and like there's demonic stuff going on. I feel like Path of the Beast makes sense.
Yeah.
It's really just like extra.
I feel like it makes sense.
Yeah. And it's like, you choose like a bite, claw, or tails that you like form when you enter your beast form when you rage. And they all have like different things. Like if you do your bite.
You don't really have a bite attack yet, do you?
No, I don't. I only have claws.
That could be cool.
You honestly don't bite people that much.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Well,
bit
I
that
could.
guy's
Yeah, the
finger
hand
off.
off.
I did
Yeah.
bite his finger off. One of them is like
These
if
rumors
I
are getting out of control.
yeah, it's really ridiculous.
Blowing
The
this out of
slander.
proportion.
There's one of them like if I go to it and I like hit with it, I also get like health back. So there's like different things that are helpful. And then I also like you're gonna love this. I can up my swim speed, climb speed, and jump speed. So
Nice.
I'm going further and faster, if you know what I mean. Yeah. And
At
then
this point,
there's-
it's like a character thing. For like this insane movement speed is just part of Beans's like character.
Yeah.
It makes so much sense.
It's like Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
He turns into a ball.
yeah. And then at level 14, I get something called Call of the Hunt, which I haven't read fully on it, but it sounds cool. Just by the name.
Yeah.
So I think I'll be Path of the Beast. Thanks everybody for helping me figure that out.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds exciting. Not that I'll ever reach level 14 as a fucking multi-class, but a girl can dream. Have you decided anything yet, Lily?
I've decided something big.
Oh my God. She's smiling.
I'm going to let y'all in on Snake Pit.
Oh my God.
Snake Pit is a concept I don't think invented, but introduced to me by Gary Larson, who is the artist of the Far Side comic strip. Or it's not really a comic strip because all his stuff is like one panel. Do y'all know about this? If you saw his style, you would know it. Yeah. And there's sort of like a running, I don't know, it's like featured in a few different cartoons of his, but there's one really famous one where there's a snake pit. And as a kid, I thought it was like the funniest thing ever, the concept of a snake pit.
I feel like I might have seen this one.
And so it's pretty popular.
Yeah.
Because the snake pit is hilarious. And so a while ago,
Are you sure?
A while ago, I like referenced it. I was like, "Oh, snake pit," and like it was like, "What is going on?" And I was like, "That's the funniest thing ever. I'm just gonna make
Who
it
said
happen."
that? Who said what is going on?
Everyone.
That was the general response to it. So,
So you
since then-
decided to turn it into a bit.
yeah. So since then, I've just been like doing this bit that is like snake pit, and it always is really funny to me. It's kind of an inside joke with myself, but like the thing is, like people get. It's not an inside joke where it's like, "Oh, I'm in on it and you're not." I want everyone to feel included. So that's why when I introduce it, I'm like, "Oh, snake pit." I always leave it open to like what they think snake pit is, and then like we go with the bit from there. So that's what snake pit is. I think it's beautiful. I think it's hilarious. I think the concept of a snake pit is so funny. Like I don't know why. I think that's like
Most people might think
gold.
most people might think it's horrifying.
maybe, but it's like I don't know. It's a classic Gary Larson sort of like concept.
It's also like a classic adventure concept of a
yeah,
pit
it's
of
like
snakes.
Indiana Jones in the snake
Yeah.
pit. Yeah, so it's like snake pits are around. No,
With a negative connotation, I would say.
not to me.
Yeah, that's what I'm finding out.
I'm doing a rebrand.
I'm gonna put you in a
PR
snake
for
pit,
snake
and
pits.
I'm gonna put you in a real snake pit. And then
I
we're
would
gonna...
love it. I used to watch Fear Factor, and I was always like,
Oh, I always watch.
I
Fear
would always
Factor.
think of like, I'm gonna lie and say that I'm afraid of like snakes and heights. So they would like put me in a thing of snakes, and I would be like, I'm so scared, and then get a bunch of money.
Here's the thing: I could do the snakes. They're not fucking poisonous. Whatever.
Exactly.
Or
It's
venomous. Pardon me.
Whoa.
Oh my god. Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Fucking take me out. Yeah, thank you. Please snipe me from the fucking
I saved
ground.
y'all.
Wait
I
till
saved
Snake
y'all.
Pit HR me hears about this. Anyway, that's what Snake Pit is. I think it's beautiful. I love it. If you love Gary Larson, if you love Farsight, if you love Snake Pit, let me know. If you don't, everyone's welcome. Start using Snake Pit in your daily lives and see how people react. Make Snake Pit happen.
Anyways, I'd love to hear about your character on this podcast.
So
Yeah.
I took
Yeah.
a level of Bard. So now I have 2. I'm level 5 fighter, level 2 Bard, which means I don't get another cantrip, and I want Minor Illusion so bad. So I'm thinking of dropping Vicious Mockery and taking Minor Illusion. But Vicious Mockery does make more sense for Sawyer because she kind of heckles people.
So which spell are you renaming to be Snake Pit?
So I'm thinking for Snake Pit, I'm going to rename Speak with Animals, and then I'll kindly ask the snakes to form a pit.
Oh, okay, just checking.
I could also take Silent Image and create a silent image of a snake pit.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure that those bases were covered in your character creation.
I think Hideous Laughter would make sense for Sawyer, especially if I drop Vicious Mockery. And then Heroism also makes sense for Sawyer because I imbue someone with bravery. They're immune to being frightened. They get temporary HP, which could add on to the temporary HP from my motivating speech. I think like Heroism makes sense from like a team captain standpoint, which is what her Bard magic stems from. What do y'all think?
I think Snake Pit is pretty awesome for
you.
each and every person. I will say, I think that it's most beautiful to you, and I don't know how anyone can see it as beautifully as you do.
It's true. It's like something that I feel deeply connected to through like
Anyway, I don't think heroism is as good. I feel like anything that like is like against a frightened effect, we don't use like effects that much.
Yeah.
So like while the temp HP is nice,
well, I'm already immune,
Put
so
more effects in the game.
well, you have some, but like frightened is usually dragons have frightened, which
That's
we kind
true.
of have a dragon on.
I wanted-
our side, so.
Never mind. If y'all,
Could you say what? You
I was thinking a lot of like demonic stuff will have frightened.
Okay.
yes, you should because I can't get frightened, so I'll look really cool, which is what Dungeons and Dragons is all about.
Looking cool.
So Silent Image is like so great, but it's like if I get Minor Illusion, it's like boom, it's a cantrip. I can cast so many Minor Illusions. Silent Image is like better, obviously, but it's like well, it's a spell slot, and I think I still only get 2 spell slots.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I get 3.
I think you could be more creative. Like I feel like the like possibilities of creativity for Minor Illusion are more interesting. Would be more interesting
Yeah.
to me
I think I agree with
personally
that.
than
I
like
agree.
Because like, yeah, we
Buff.
get up to like a lot of like fuckery and like,
But then should I do Silent Illusion and then it's like I have to spend a spell slot, or should I forget Vicious Mockery and take Minor Illusion?
I don't want you to forget.
I think any like
I've
just,
only used Vicious Mockery once, and it was like on like a really recent episode. I used it on Garrett,
yeah.
Oh.
That's true.
but it's like it's only 1d4, but it is a cantrip.
I will say, in terms of spells that are good for like either role playing or like sneaking through stuff or hijinks,
Yeah.
y'all don't have a lot of spells that are good for hijinks. You guys have really built y'all's characters around like, I want to be cool in combat, which is dope. But like
I definitely need more
going back to like
hijinks.
with like the hand thing, did you have anything that like, I don't know if you had
I used my mage hand. Here's the other
but
thing.
it was just like I like have a mage hand, and it was like, yeah, that's like a
No,
basic.
it would have been way better as
spell.
my minor. And I did a one shot recently
Yeah.
where I had minor illusion and I could do like disguise self at will.
Yeah.
And it was so fun. It was
Yeah.
amazing. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, I have to. I know I'm a fighter, but I was like, I've got to like get this in here. So I could forget my mage hand cantrip because I have telekinesis. So
That's
it's like
true.
in most situations where I could use my telekinesis, I can use my mage hand.
Yeah.
You know, reverse that. Scratch that, reverse it.
Understood.
Scratch that, reverse it. Yo, I saw his fucking
Who?
Timothée Chalamet.
Thank you.
I saw his cologne commercial directed by Martin Scorsese.
Was it good?
He looks so good in that.
Which one is it? I might have seen it.
It like just came out today.
I
Oh,
need to
never
see
mind.
it. The only time he's ever done it for me was, this is a red flag, is like at the end of Dune 2. I was like, oh, I get it.
That's insane.
Here's the thing.
That's
Here's the thing.
insane.
No, I know that's pretty bad, right? But it's like
That's like horrible.
I think I know.
No, I get it.
No.
I
I mean,
literally
I get it, but also like y'all are crazy.
I think that he's a beautiful man. I think that he's beautiful to look at, like a marble statue. But he's not like my type. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
he is so gorgeous to look at.
It was the like
However,
leadership and intense
yes,
like
yes.
passion.
It was like
he never does that
the
in
leadership
movies.
skills.
He's
and
always
his hair
like
was really dark.
he's always just like really like quiet and he's kind of like he doesn't really have
He's not my
much going
type.
on.
Well,
because
not
that
my
was
type.
that was like what they put him as. But I will say
That was
and
the only time that I've been like, oh, I like actually find him like
Literally
attractive rather than just being like, oh, he's aesthetically pleasing.
His speech to the Fremen, I was like, oh.
so that is my theory of like
it's not like I have no media literacy. Okay, I don't. I don't.
Yeah, I know he's
I'm
bad.
I'm not into that. I just when he was like acting in that scene, I was like, oh shit. I was
Yeah.
like, this is gas.
I will say like in those scenes, it's like he really feels like this is getting meta of like movie star kind of. It's like he is like got the shit on his back and he
Yeah.
is like carrying this now and like his aura is
Yeah.
fucking exuding. I will say the commercial, I think I was watching it and I was like, that's fucking movie star. Wait, let me
What's it giving? Movie star?
It's giving movie star. Let me find it. We can watch.
The last
we can
perfume
react
commercial
to
I
it.
saw was Adam Driver turning into a horse.
I love
On a
that.
scale of Adam Driver turning into a horse,
And that cologne is so good. I want to get it for myself. It's so good. It's called Hero by
You
Burberry.
should.
That
It's
commercial,
so good.
the Adam Driver commercial, is better, like sexy wise. This is like a good commercial because it's like Martin Scorsese.
bad.
It's like shot really cool.
Let's put it up on the screen for the viewers to listen to.
Well, we
but
can react, and then we can
I
put.
thought you were gonna say reenact.
We can reenact.
Yeah.
I mean, a perfume commercial is already pushing it because it's like, well, I can't fucking smell it. So if we're watching a
Oh, they-
perfume commercial,
they gotta go
and then
vibes.
people are listening to us watch a perfume commercial.
That's insane.
That's like telephone with 3 of the 5 senses.
Yeah, I also think we should reenact it. So who's gonna be Timothée?
Okay, well, I guess
I don't know who else is in it. I'll be the perfume.
I don't think usually it's just one person. It's-
I'll be Martin Scorsese.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
not in it. He's just made it.
I'm still gonna be
Yeah,
Martin
Olivia's
Scorsese.
gonna like set the scene.
You have-
Get,
I have to
get your
direct
fingers
it.
out.
Okay.
Lily, wait, who's Timothée? You're Timothée?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you be sounded? Can you be the ocean waves?
Uh,
And then Jared, can you be the horse I turn into?
That's not in the commercial. All right, I got big ass iPad.
These bricks are turning me off immediately.
Okay.
No, I
Here's-
hate them.
I'm
I've
gonna
seen
do
so
a
many
play by
breaks for the
play.
past few days.
Here, I'm doing a play by play. I'm
It's kind of a
seeing.
long
If
commercial.
you
I'm
didn't, if I didn't know what this was, what would you think it was? One Direction music video
Oh,
with the bricks.
I'm
right?
starting it.
Oh,
it's kind of silly.
I totally
It's silly.
want to reenact this.
okay.
Do y'all remember? Never mind. I'll talk- Yes.
I don't like your shirt. I think it's polka dot. I don't like it. You can be Courtney Campbell.
Why am I bricked up right now?
No,
Really?
no, he looks great.
I was about to say this reversed everything that he did in the monologue.
No, I think he looks so good.
Oh my god, I love her. Here's the thing, he doesn't look bad. I just am like turned off.
Here's the thing. This is objectively, I think, a bad perfume commercial, though.
It's a good commercial though.
I'm not saying it's a bad commercial. I'm saying it's a bad commercial for perfume.
Destroy who you are.
Are you sure that's not Martin Scorsese?
Is this for Sauvage?
You find yourself.
This Blue de Chanel.
Oh, that makes sense.
Oh, I liked when he was wet.
That's what I was about to say.
I
like.
you always need to get a man wet. And most good directors know this. It's like, okay, we need to douse the male lead now.
Yeah, and then put him in some fun lighting.
No,
Blue de
I
Chanel.
I like
love-
that he spoke French at the end.
I didn't. I thought it was forced.
No, because he like totally like is always speaking French.
Yeah, I know.
I'm so passionate about perfume, and I love perfume commercials.
I know this, and I love you.
Because perfume, like marketing, it's like, how do you market what something smells like? No, you have to market what you want people to feel when they smell the thing.
Yes.
You're not selling like, oh, Bleu de Chanel has like notes of like peppery notes. No, you're selling when you put Bleu de Chanel on, like you are wearing this to go like feel like a movie star.
Yes.
I fucking love perfume.
It's like the people who want to have the sexy beach getaway with the waves.
Exactly.
Like, if that's what they want your life to be, then you buy that perfume. Like that's what they're selling.
And they're obviously marketing this to men who like want to be movie stars or want to be they want to be like creative and powerful
And
like,
also like a little bit
fascinating.
funny. Like I feel like that's the first one that I didn't find it very funny, but I could tell they were trying to get at a sense of humor.
Yes.
And it was like a younger, like they picked him because they're going after a younger audience.
I think Bleu de Chanel has been out for a while, so the fact that they're kind of switching the marketing for it, is interesting.
I think there's a part in the commercial where it starts like cutting. It's cutting a lot the entire time. Where he's at the interview and he's like puts his feet up on the thing and it starts like cutting randomly. You guys missed it, but there's like a part where he does like kind of the scream he does in Dune, where it's like looking at something else and he's like, and it's like what the fuck? And it gets it gets really weird.
He's gaslighting.
And then
I just watched that whole thing.
You guys didn't listen to it though.
Whose fault is that? You control what comes through our headphones.
Yeah, but you guys heard it.
Women.
You heard it.
I don't think so.
Anyway, I thought it was dope. I thought it was a dope commercial. Thank you, Campbell, for siding with me.
It's a good commercial.
love it.
I don't know. Like,
I thought it was great.
Granted, I'm not their target audience. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So like, it's not going to work on me.
I guess it worked on me then.
Damn, you want some Blue
You
Day
should
Chanel?
get it.
I know
It
I
probably
have
smells
too many.
good.
I have too many clones.
Oh,
You have cologne?
I have too many clothes.
Yeah. Wait, was that a dig?
No.
Damn.
I was genuinely trying to think of all the colognes you had. I feel like you have two.
I know one of the clothes you have. Not to be a creep. It's because I was with Olivia when she got it
Oh,
for you.
wow.
I know. That sounded so.
The other thing is that Bleu de Chanel
Creepos.
smells like every other men's
Yeah.
cologne.
I think
every
I-
The
men
diversity is low.
men
for men's
deserve
clothes.
so much more in
Yeah,
the
I
cologne industry.
Yeah.
People are gonna rip that soundbite of
Oh.
you saying men deserve so much more.
Oh no!
Ooh.
Shit, cut that out.
I'm just saying that.
Bass boosting that.
Someone's gonna sample that.
Please.
Over their, like,
So much
trad wife
more.
content.
But anytime guys would come in to like look at the cologne section when I worked at Sneffera, I would like direct them over to Replica by Mason Margiela, which is like all of them are kind of androgynous like scents. They're all like replicating photographs essentially, like little bits of life.
I
So
know
it's
what you're
like
talking
beach
about.
day, bubble
I love
bath.
those. Are my favorite
Coffee
ones
break.
to go look at it.
Yeah, jazz club. They're supposed to emulate like very specific points in time. They're like memories, and I just think they're so much more interesting.
And they're not divided by gender. So
No.
it's like if you like it, it's your cologne now or it's your
Yeah.
perfume. Like
They have one that smells like a tomato garden, and it's got a little bit of dirt in there.
Ooh,
I like
dirt.
it. It's so weird. It's like green, and it really smells like tomatoes.
Is there
Join me
anything
at my perfume podcast.
where we do smell-o-vision? Well, there's that
it's
one
true.
thing.
Campbell got me a great set of perfumes for
Yeah.
Christmas.
Yeah, I got you
that I
Burberry.
love.
Well, I was thinking about that one thing that we signed up for. That
I forgot
Oh, yeah.
Mage Hand because I was so embarrassed by when I opened the hands. I swore I would never cast Mage Hand again. And now I know Minor Illusion.
You were embarrassed by that?
Well, sort of was.
Okay.
So now I know Minor Illusion so that if it ever happens again, I can Minor Illusion a hand and I'll succeed.
That wasn't.
honestly, smarter.
So then what I'm still at the dilemma of, okay, what first level spell do I take? There's sleep, which I accidentally casted one time and it didn't work. And then I realized that bards weren't like druids and you couldn't switch your spells out, so I stopped doing it.
Oh, so she was cheating at D&D?
Not on
again?
purpose. The only spellcaster I'd ever played was a druid, so I just assumed all D&D spellcasters were like
that's
that.
fair.
Same.
It is fair. Okay, so I could do sleep. I could do heroism, which we kind of decided that we weren't really into. I am looking for like sillier things. Oh, disguise self.
Yeah,
that
you
really
said you
doesn't
loved
super
that.
make sense for Sawyer's character, but
You can make it make sense.
it is so fun and it's so open to shenanigans. And I could disguise myself as Principal Pat, and you could use the Lord of Rathus disguise.
Oh,
and we
yeah,
could do like a
and then-
duo thing.
I was thinking about maybe taking polymorph, which is like the
So I can have
the
the
big
Lord of
girl
Rathus
version,
disguise.
and I can transform myself and other people.
Do you have disguise self, Esther?
Well, I'm saying polymorph would probably be better because I could do it to anyone.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking of like y'all's jammies that y'all wanted to use for Lord of Rathus.
Yeah,
could
I'll
turn-
I don't think we need magic. We have the perfume, we have the jammies, we can do a wig.
crazy.
Like
That's
we
crazy.
don't need magic for it to succeed.
Okay.
we might want
But it
magic.
couldn't hurt. But it couldn't hurt.
I'm just saying I could turn into Lord of Rathus. I
Yeah.
could turn into anybody.
I
you
like
need.
polymorph. I like disguise self for you. Also, like not
Again, I'm
everything
thinking
has
more of like shenanigans. I feel like
Yeah.
disguise self gives you more shenanigans.
and also just make if it has to make sense for your character, which I don't think everything on your character sheet has to, because part of this is a game. But
just so y'all know, we're recording this right before we record episode 38.
I
just-
don't know. I don't have anything I want to get
just
rid of.
have we're passing so much time. Just say Sawyer's really gotten into dressing up.
well, I think she has because of the mascot thing.
Yeah.
the bullywug suit.
Oh, I remember.
I think Sawyer realized I'm a furry.
Oh yeah, I can say
But
this
if
now.
you're a frog, they call it a slimy.
Oh.
I'm sorry if that was offensive to real furries.
Did you just make that up? Was that not real information?
Canceled. That's it. You're done.
I
Lily's off the pod.
I love you, furries.
Lily, it was really great having you for this long.
Guys, no, a lot of my friends are furries. I have furry
Oh.
It's actually so true.
That's actually
friends. I never say anything that's not true, and I never say anything that's sarcastic.
unless she's lying, then that's when she's.
You
saying
said
it's
like
not true.
2 things
No.
today.
Snake Pit is 100% true.
You were being cheeky about it though, and then you said furries are called slimies.
You're always fucking
I
gaslighting
call
people.
them
Play the tape. Play it.
You're always gaslighting people. Like right now, when you say you always tell the truth, liar.
You are
Fucking liar.
gaslight, and Olivia is girl boss,
Yeah.
and Campbell is gatekeeper.
I don't know. We might have to flip it.
So I'm going to take first level gaslight.
I was thinking about it.
Okay, I'm not going to take hideous laughter because I'm keeping vicious mockery. I'm not going to take heroism because y'all said it's boring.
Well,
I might take disguise self. I can't get polymorph. Maybe you can later. I don't know if that's.
I don't have any spells I want to get rid of though.
Well, I don't think you need
Tough.
to. I think I can take disguise self, and then later, if you unlock another spell slot and you want to take polymorph,
Disguise self would be dope.
I'm taking it. I'm doing it. I just was
Do you
making
think
sure that.
polymorph would be dope?
Not as dope. It would be super dope, but not as dope as disguise self.
It's the same thing.
I think polymorph is doper than
Polymorph
Disguise
is
self.
creatures, right? Or like right?
Oh.
Disguise self is like people.
Register.
And like that is like you physically turn them into a creature.
The only thing
No.
I've cast is ponymorph.
The spell transforms a creature that you can see within range into a new form. It just says new form.
Oh, so you don't actually have the mindset of the creature?
Oh. The new
I
form.
thought you had the intelligence.
The new form can be any beast whose challenge rating is equal or less to than the target. Okay, so that only makes sense if we're fighting monsters.
Okay, so that's boring. I'm taking disguise self.
Okay.
Because I'm a slimy.
I feel like
I did get rid of True Strike just now, just because
that feels fair.
it doesn't really make any sense. And I took back Message, which I used once in
Oh,
like the
yeah.
first episode, and it kind of backfired. So maybe I'll try using it again.
True strike
Damn.
is like you never want to actually use your action to true strike.
Yeah, it's just kind of like it doesn't really give you much.
So what I'm hearing is both of you have a spell that you tried once and it went bad, and you said, "Fuck it, I'm never using it again."
Yeah.
No, you. Campbell just said message. It backfired. You had one.
Well, I use Mage Hand all the time, but
Sleep. You tried
Oh,
to use
sleep. You said, "Oh, it didn't work," so I
tried to
didn't like
sleep
it.
on a Revenant, which I didn't know.
Revenants can't be.
Yeah,
I
that-
mean, obviously they can't, but like I didn't know that. It's also just not as fun. It's like, okay, I cast sleep on these things. Let me roll a bunch of dice, and now there is sleep. Do you know what's way more fun than that? Look, guys, I'm Principal Pad.
yeah, exactly.
So
I have to say something. Earlier, we were talking. You brought up the mascot, so it brought up the elections. It's really killing me.
I thought you meant like the
actual elections.
U.S. government.
Yeah, I'd actually like to get into politics
I was
right
like,
now.
okay.
Whoa.
No, I was gonna say I can say it because the episode will have come out by the time this one airs. But it's really killing me in the Discord that everybody's like, "God, I hope somebody wins the presidential campaign." When you
Who
guys
are you voting for? Beans or
Oh my
Eska?
God! When you guys have been like saying that, we already know the
Yeah.
outcome of the campaign, and it really every time I read it, it kills me inside. I'm like, oh, nobody wins. Like I think they're gonna fucking ride at dawn. Like I think they're gonna be like, what the fuck?
Good.
Isn't it so much more satisfying if we take them down and then become president?
No, I agree, but just reading it being like they're so invested and they're like, who are you? Like they're like being like, everybody take a side. I'm like, oh,
Do you know what?
But they're gonna unite.
They are. And you know what? It's good for them to have a common enemy, us.
No,
It's
Jared.
me. It's me.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Do you know what else they really want? Esta to have permanent dragon features.
That's
Oh yeah.
That is true.
And
That's
I
also
think-
something I want.
I know.
Yeah.
And I think that next time you unlock a pin or next time you use your fin or both, the people want permanent dragon. I know that's a conversation.
hey.
I know that that's between y'all and it's none of my business.
you and your god.
But
Hey.
I'm
We
just
have-
being a voice for the people.
We have 8 more pins to go. We reset that shit. So we
That's
got some
I
stuff.
thought it was. I've got 10-10 written.
I
down.
said 10.
I want to see
the
scales.
original.
I want to see fins.
Let's we can decide right now. What do you
wanna
want to do?
see eyes.
I think the
wanna see
original
claws.
said
I
that we
see
had
claws.
like the very beginning
The two of you
was
have claws.
8.
I keep getting left out.
And then I think I
Oh.
said
Using
10.
claws.
Are
I-
we
I-
just like? Is it like 8 out of 8 or 8 out of 10?
It's 8 out of 8 or 10 out of 10.
We can't have we can't both be having conversations right now. That's like not how like the mics work.
There's something else I was going to say off mic about stuff.
Oh my God, say it right now.
There's some retconning that happened in cutting of the episode
Oh.
that I'm not going to. I guess I could say no. Well, I'll say it on the next study. We have to record a whole episode and another study break. Today.
Well, anyways,
Jesus
so
Christ.
but the point is that it's fully closed.
yeah, it's fully closed.
Okay. Well, I guess it's just like how dire you want it to be, or like how do you want me to have like only 8, or do you want to give me more breathing room with 10?
I mean, we're just gonna fuck around with whatever happens. Like it's kind of more like you can
Awesome.
keep it 10, you can keep it 8. I said 10 and I've said 8. I think, but
I'm just gonna leave it at 10 because
Okay.
it works better for me.
I think I might have.
I like that.
Yeah,
I
that
think
sounds good.
I think there's a solid argument for that.
That's totally
I would
fine.
also argue 10.
yeah.
I have 3 spell slots.
Congratulations.
Oh.
All right. Are we finishing up this so we can record episode 38?
Yeah, and then
Oh, sorry. I do have one thing that we added that we never talked about was that whenever I use my like interception and like bring out
Yeah.
my arm, my dragon arm, like next turn after that, I can use the claws on the dragon arm.
Oh, sweet.
And we just did it as like daggers. We talked about this like weeks and weeks ago, and I added it to my character sheet,
Did
but
y'all
I never.
homebrew that?
Yeah, we just homebrewed that.
That's
I
like
just
sick as
I
hell.
just asked her because it would make sense if I had the dragon arm that I could use it. So I just added it as a dagger.
I need to get claws and shit. You guys are making me jealous right now.
Yeah.
there's also actual claw stats.
We talked about this because you were giving me your claw stats.
But I have like actual like real claw stat. Like my claw stats are a little boosted, but now I have regular ones. I don't know if you just want to take a little look see in case they're better than your dagger stats.
they are.
Well, for the sake of accuracy, it sounds like we better make the switch.
All right, we're going to
know
make
where I
that
would add
switch. We're going to see y'all next week from whenever you're listening to this.
Yeah, now this
But-
is going to be an extra long.
But it's going to be very long. But we're going to jump into the next
expect?
episode right after we stop recording. And it's going to be very funny to you all.
Well, actually, it won't matter to you all because you're gonna have to wait another fucking week to hear it.
That's true.
Well, what if they're binging?
And you're going to be like, whoa,
Oh.
that's super interesting.
If you're listening to this right now as it comes out, we love you.
We
God,
do
you're
very
so
dearly.
If you're listening to this right now and you're binging it and it's already out and you're catching up,
If you're listening to this right now and episode 38 is not out, we love you.
we love you. But also, if you're binging this and episode 38 is next and you're about to go watch it,
We like you.
We love you.
we love
like
you.
Gosh.
We also love you. Thank you so much. I'm getting a little shy now. Thank you so much for listening to Gals
Jared's
and
getting
Goblins.
bashful on
Getting
me.
bashful. Thank you so much for listening to Gals and Goblins. Tune in next week for episode 38 where some shit's going to go crazy. It's a normal episode. Bye. See ya.
Oh.
Bye.